Hello, welcome everybody to the Monch Hours podcast, where our mission is to appreciate all things anime manga. I'm your host Hans, and I'm here with my co-host Grandmaster Jake. How you doing?
I thought our mission was to talk about everything Marvel Comics now. That we just called an audible over here.
I mean, we could, dude. I mean, we're getting into what freaking phase are we in now for Marvel? Phase 4, phase 5?
Yeah, what is it? I don't even know.
I don't know.
Quantumanium or whatever.
Quantumania, yeah, looks like it's gonna pick everything back up again. We're kind of in like that transition phase. But yeah. I mean, we could be. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to the Monch Marvel podcast. Now, how's it going? Nah. We're this episode. We're gonna be talking about some of the anime that I've been watching. I think I'll kind of do a little rant on Stone Ocean, mainly because of like Netflix release schedule, manga we've been reading, and you know, honestly, some great animes come out this season, and I still got to catch up on a lot. We're originally going to talk about Chainsaw Man, but we'll shelve that on for another episode, as our guest that we were wanting to have could not make it due to personal and or working. So no worries, we'll just, you know, pivot as we do, little spin move, and give you the goods. But of course, gotta crack a cold one and cue the intro, baby.
From the deepest reaches of space, the boys are back in town.
Thank you so much, best friend.
And we've got an all-new lineup.
From now on, you're mine.
But more importantly, we have a show to run.
Welcome to the Monch Hours podcast.
All right, and we are back. As you know, and everyone else here knows, fresh week, fresh brew. What are you sipping on, man? What's got your taste buds going this week?
Got that Firestone Mind Haze.
Ooh, classic.
My mind is in a haze.
Oh shit, mine is in a haze, dazed and confused. More like hazed than confused, bro.
yeah, everything you just said.
That's good, dude. That's good. I've been craving beer bad, man. I'm about like 1 month in. I got 1 more month to go to kind of to stay off that stuff before I can sip on some icy, on some hoppy goodness.
Dude, that first one, it's gonna be beautiful. You might cry, bro.
I might cry, bro. It's gonna be, not only is it gonna be like my first beer in like a couple months, it's gonna be like my first carbonated drink in a couple months. Oh man, first alcohol. Man. I'm just gonna be like liquid gold, bro.
Oh man, wish I could be there, share it with you. Dude, how's that rainstorm going?
Bro, we're gonna have like another one this weekend. So I think last weekend it was, or did it happen last weekend? I don't know. What was last weekend? No, it didn't happen. It was, I don't know. Anyways, crazy rainstorm. I'm not too far away from Santa Barbara, but that shit was crazy. Like, things were flooding. I guess like Pebble Beach golf course is flooded. Just insane. We're getting more rain this weekend too. It's fucking. Yeah. It's out of this world, the rain that's coming down here in California right now.
I was talking to my aunt, and she said they got 2 feet of rain on their ranch. She was like sending me pictures of this looked like a lake. It's like, geez.
It's bad, like, man.
Trucks were underwater. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, people were stranded, and it's good because we've been in drought, you know, obviously this whole time. California's always in a drought. But like some areas are just straight up flooded out. Like homes just ruined, everything gone. Like I'm lucky where I'm at right now. Like I think I'm I'm not that high up, or not that close to sea level. Let me see. Tell him I'm like 195 feet above sea level. Thanks, G-Shock.
Damn, bro, you just hit the Obi-Wan. You got the high ground?
I got the fucking high ground. Everyone else is Anakin. Nah.
Damn.
But my heart goes out to the man, because I was just talking to somebody else about it. It's just like, fuck, it's like different, right? I guess other than like a fire, but like water just kind of comes in, just ruins so much shit. So much shit.
Yeah, there's no stopping nature.
Yeah.
Fire, flooding.
Mother Nature always finds a way.
Tornadoes like today, so.
Dude, straight up. And I mean, on a brighter note, like our reservoirs and our lakes are like refilling back to like 50%, which is nice, which is like the highest it's been in like fucking years. So that's good. But yeah.
Well, let's get in some anime. It's not,
You tell me, you brought it up, dude. Get out of here. I was like, dude, no, gotta throw it down. Gotta throw it down. But yes, that's a great idea. We should definitely get into some anime, some manga. Like I said earlier, the Chainsaw Man episode is still coming out, so look forward to that. We'll probably get it up on 2 weeks from now, and if not, we'll just make it work. But regardless, we do appreciate you guys tuning in and always supporting us. I think we got our stats for the year last year, like over 2,000 downloads, a lot of countries. And we just appreciate it, man. We've come a long way. We've grown with you. You've grown with us. And it's just always love from the bottom of our hearts. And, you know, we're here doing our thing. And at least you can count on us to bring in, the good energy, the good vibes. Just hanging out.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, you showed me the numbers. I was like, oh, what the...
I don't know.
It's weird.
I feel like 2,000, I feel like that's a little inflated, to be honest. Because, like, I looked at, like, the countries and it's like, oh, it doesn't add up. But hey, what do I know? Maybe there's like different algorithms and whatnot. So I'm just, hey, I'll take the win. I'll take the W. I'll take a W. But we got more to come this year, and hopefully we can kind of get back into our swing of things and maybe go back to kind of what I think we really loved. Because last year what we did different was, the first year was a lot of deep dives. The second year was kind of like more on trend, weekly. And now as we enter year 3, or a little bit past year 3, or do year 3 on a time level or chronological, however you do that, yearly, whatever. I would like to revisit the deep dive kind of portions of it, like, at least maybe like every other month you do that, rewatch again, and we kind of dive into an episode, because that's fun, because we got to connect not only with you all, our Monch Mob, who might be their particular favorite series, but also with a guest more often than not. And I think this year is pretty stacked. We got some good stuff coming out, like Vinland Saga just currently out. So maybe we can revisit some of our old guests, have them come back on for, of course, Vinland Saga. Trigun's out right now too. So I think we'll kind of go into that, and I'll kind of set stuff up and whatnot. But yeah, I think that's where my headspace is at.
Yeah, sounds good to me. Yeah, there is a ton of good stuff. And yeah, like you mentioned, just oldies but goodies. I mean, we did a full deep dive into Trigun, and just the fact that we got new Trigun. It's weird. What was the other new one that's
new but old, or old but new?
The Rurouni Kenshin is their make?
Oh yeah, that's coming out this year.
Yeah. So there's some nostalgia factors it's gonna be playing in.
The Batosai, the Manslayer. Yes, dude. I love kind of diving back into that. So it's one of my favorite things. And I look back on like our most watched episode, like we have one episode that's over 1,000 downloads, which is crazy considering like it's an hour long, and it was very early on. It's like episode 13, and I know you know this, Jay. It's our New Jabez and Samurai Champloo episode. And I think what I really love about how that is like outperforms everything. It's like kind of a testament and like a stamp of like, if you like quality over quantity, and like it doesn't matter if this anime is brand new or currently trending at the moment, if it's good, like Samurai Champloo is amazing, it just resonates with so much people, and it's a pivotal moment or a core memory in so much people's minds that it will rise to the surface. What do they say? The cream of the crop or whatever rises to the top, blah blah blah. You know what I'm getting at.
I think that's a rap song, dude.
Cream of the crop, rise to the top. Cream can't get some money.
Oh, that's what's it called? I don't trust a pig because a pig is a cop. What's that song?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I'm losing it. I can't.
Jump around?
Jump around. Oh, that one. Oh yeah. How does it? Wait. Oh God. Now you're gonna make me get it. Jump around.
Man. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they say the cream of the crop rise.
Cream to the top. Rise to the top. Cause a pig.
my
He's a
God.
cop. The Twigger, the Terminator. Yeah. Okay. Jump around. Oh man, that brings me memories back to Tuesdays, Thursdays, man. Good times. Shout out to the crew back in PV Prescott. I know. Righteous, you catch the podcast from time to time, so shout out to you, man. We got to get him on, dude. We got to get him on. He's been watching this. We have to get him on a podcast. 100%. That is definitely a move. So we're gonna hit you up and get you going. Mr. Strange Music himself. Strange. But yeah, so kind of a tangent there. A lot of stuff to watch, but kind of going back to where we're talking about what I've been obviously slacking in the anime department. I'm mainly reading at the moment, and I'm reading a lot. Like manga I've been reading is God, I can't remember. Always getting confused. Gunka and Glinka or Glinka. I don't know. It's on Shonen Jump. It's super cool. It's about a magician, like a master magician. I'm really enjoying it. I kept my mouth shut about it because I had a feeling if I talk about it, it's gonna get fucking axed like Red Hood. You guys talk like you know how that's been. But reading a lot. Chojin X has actually kind of been clutch. I've been really enjoying that. Looks like it's having a nice turnaround. Obviously, My Hero, Jujutsu Kaisen. Black Clover, things of that, and I want to get back into. I need to obviously get back into Berserk, but the one thing I have been watching, the couple things I've been watching, you've heard me talk about this, is of course Blue Lock, and Blue Lock is good. We actually, I mean, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the recent episode, which is last Saturday, they got, the train kind of got derailed a bit, right? Like they can only keep winning for so long, and I'm kind of expecting it. But it was a very big humbling moment, so I'm excited to see, how this brings about, how this furthers Isagi's monster.
I have nothing to add to that because
oh yeah,
I've
right.
been reading it.
You reading it, bro? Now the anime's ahead of you. I just spoiled you, bro.
Yeah, no, not really. You didn't really give away anything. So
some people, yeah, some people's level of spoiler is like that'd be like, no, you fucking spoiled it. I actually know somebody where it's like one of those things, and it's funny because it's like if you say something or if you say something doesn't happen, or you say, oh, just kidding, then they know that's not going to happen, and it's just like, no, you spoiled me, because like, oh, I didn't even say anything.
Oh, I mean, I figured everything's gonna, or nothing's gonna be going smoothly forever. Like,
yeah,
that'd be a boring story.
It is Blue Lock after all.
Yeah.
But also,
yeah,
go ahead. Yeah.
No, you're good. You're good. You didn't spoil anything, dude. You're in
Oh.
the clear. You didn't fool me.
We can leave that in the past. We're on to greener pastures here in 2023. But what I want to kind of dive into Stone Ocean, is, man, I finished it up. I caught up with, the third part over the weekend. And I want to say that I just really despise Netflix for the way they handled Stone Ocean, because JoJo is, on a IP level itself, it's one of the best series out there, I think you can say beyond a shadow of a doubt, in terms of ingenuity, inspiration, and just kind of even like meme factor and how we incorporate that into anime culture. There's so much like ho deal and yada yada, and the course the cringe yada yada daze and all that. But still, that's a testament to how popular it is and how it has a very strong, strong long lasting factor. I don't know the word I'm looking for, but the way Netflix did it just ruined it for me, because we had 3 parts to this, and I feel like at the first part it was super hype. There was advertisements like crazy, and I was all into it. And there was a core, like second core or whatever. Then part 2 came out, and I thought part 2 was like going to finish it up, but it didn't. And even then, people like were obviously not as hyped, and then it snowballed it further. And then part 3 came out, and I think part 3 came out like maybe when Cyberpunk came out or close to when Cyberpunk came out, and there was like not a lick of any, like the people that were telling me that part 3 came out, I had to find out from people like friends, like Alex, who's been on here, was in our guest on our JoJo episode. She always keeps me up to date. I'm just like, dude, my hype's kind of killed. Like they just ruined that series, and Stone Ocean is a phenomenal series. Have you seen it all, Jay?
No, I have not watched the third part.
Okay. Well, I won't go too much into spoilers because I think it's fucking awesome. Like, and what I will say is I'm envious of those that maybe put it off and get to binge watch it. Like a close personal friend of mine, she actually like hasn't watched any of JoJo's, and then she ended up watching it from like part 1 over the course of like the last few months or so. And so she kind of just glided into Stone Ocean and loved it. I'm like, I'm really kind of jealous that you had that opportunity, because there was no pause for you. And on top of all of that, you got a super fluid story of like generations of JoJo's and the JoJo bloodline and lineage. And, you know, you have Jonathan, Joseph, Jotaro, Josuke, Giorno, who technicality is Dio's son. But then you have Jolene Joestar. And God, man, it's a great series, and Netflix botched it, and they do that. I don't know why they do that, but yeah, I mean, you know, Netflix is always hit or miss. But this is my first experience with Netflix where the scheduling just really ruined a particular show for me. And I mean, it didn't ruin it because I was able to become re-immersed in the universe and attached once again to Jolene and Hermes and Porio, the cast and crew, Anastasia, Weather Report, you know, Pucci, and you know, the end, it got really emotional for me. I actually love the ending. Everything kind of culminates together and is phenomenal. But
Yeah.
fuck, man, like it could have been so much more for me, is what I'm getting at. It could have been so, it deserved better, 100%.
Yeah, JoJo's is one of those shows that's kind of tailor-made for like scheduled watching. So, you know, blah 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 time it's on, and everyone watches at the same time, and
Yeah.
then kind of like comes together social media and the reactions flow, kind of like how Game of Thrones, like every Sunday, you know, you know to stay off social media, or
Right.
if unless you're watching it at that time, then you participate. So like these IPs with these big fandoms, there is something that's missing out when you just drop it all at once. Then everyone's at a different pace. You know, someone could be talking about episode 4, and you just get caught with spoilers because you're not at that point. You know, it's
Right.
it's something that if it's going to have a lot of talking, like a lot of voices talking about it, that it should be a more controlled release. I know, in my opinion, I feel like I'm coming back around on this. You know, at the beginning of, you know, streaming, the Netflix, you know, dropping everything at once, that was like the best. You know, you
Yeah.
have all this content. Now we're at a point where there's too much content to the point where I'm like, yo, I need a little bit more control so I can spread this out easier, or else I'm just going to get overwhelmed and just not even start it, because I'm like, well, it's going to be a few hours that I have to dedicate.
Right.
When in compared to 20 minutes, you know, it just doesn't psychologically seem as much of a time sink.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fantastic point. And if I were to add to that, it's JoJo. I think with some series, you know, you can get away with that, like the binge watching thing. But JoJo, there's just so much going on. You have a very diverse cast of characters that are very fleshed out. They have great personalities, fantastic backstories, just as great motivation as to why they're doing what they do. And if you binge it all, you kind of lose the impact. You don't have time to really process something. Like if there was a dire episode, or someone died, or whatever occurred, if you're on to the next, watch the next one, you can't really think back and kind of process it or really chew on it. And one series in particular that was like that for me was ReZero, or I could even say most recently To Your Eternity, right? Is you have these weekly breaks where you'll have just think about the last episode out of nowhere, and you kind of mull it over in your head and you're like, fuck, this happened, or wow, I can't believe that happened, wasn't it so cool? And like you mentioned, the fun in that, half the fun in that is talking to people about it, and you can do that when it's scheduled release. Like, whoa, did you check out what happened this week on blah blah blah? Kind of like what happened with G Gundam or Gundam Witch of Mercury, right? Everyone's talking about the last episode. That would not have the same impact if it was all like thrown out there, slopped out there. Granted, if you have something like Cyberpunk, which is only 10 episodes, and that can work because there's not, you get what I'm saying. But I think I totally agree with you where JoJo in particular really would have had a benefit to having a scheduled release week by week.
Yeah. Well, they just missed it. And I feel like so I mentioned to you before we started recording, I started watching Monster.
Yeah.
And they're kind of releasing it in, I'm assuming, in segments with this. And that just seems kind of weird, seeing as this is like a 20-year-old anime. But they've only released like a third of the series. So I'm assuming they're going to do like slow drops on this as well. Yeah, that one just seems weird to me too. Like,
I don't know why they're doing that. That's so fucking.
Yeah,
I mean,
unless it's licensing. If it's a licensing issue on that one, I don't know. But
I can't imagine that, because if you already have it, you have it. You can't like buy a core. I would imagine. Oh, I'm only gonna buy licensing for a quarter of the series. I don't. It seems like a headache and cause more issues than solve. But I think Netflix as a whole is just down in the shit right now, because they're not on good terms with the public at the moment, because they're stopping the password sharing, and it's so weird. It's just, I mean, not to get on that fucking like economic standpoint, but it's just like, dude, weird decisions, man. Weird decisions to be made here. When yeah, it's weird.
it's weird. Yeah. So so that's the only thing you've been watching, bro? Just
Stone Ocean and Blue Lock. Stone Ocean and Blue Lock. And I kind of mentioned earlier last episode, I've been catching myself back up with X-Men. And so while I'm reading everything, X-Men comics as well, which I what did I finish recently? I got to the last couple of weeks, I got to where I was at 10 years ago, and that was Uncanny X-Men, All New X-Men. So it was super fun reading that. And then I got through some events like Battle of the Atom, and then Original Sin, and now I'm finishing up with this, and it's really cool. Really liked it. But of course, I'm reading it and I'm resonating with it. I love connecting with the more gray area of Marvel where it's like civil issues, but also it makes me want to watch the movies. So I think over this week or the past weekend, I watched what'd you call it? Not First Class. I watched the one after for X-Men First Class. Apocalypse? No, it wasn't Apocalypse. It was Days of Future Past. Then it goes Apocalypse. I don't know. Or maybe it's the other way around. Yeah, I think it's probably Apocalypse. I watched both. And really enjoying it. I also watched New Mutants earlier this week. Did not enjoy that. I have to tell you, there is a reason this movie was constantly in like production hell and shelved for so long and delayed for so long. Somebody did mention like you can tell this was made for a time when like Stranger Things first came out. I do agree with that, but I mean, just like on a directing level, it felt wrong. I'm not a director. I'm not a person like, oh, I can pick out things, but I consider myself very easy to please when I'm watching entertainment, because I understand, oh, it's entertainment. I'm not going to take things too seriously, especially if it's Marvel. But this one just was not good, man. Like a lot of fake accents, a lot of cheesy, bad Marvel that, like, sometimes Marvel dialogue can be cheesy. It's like lowbrow cheese. I'm just like, dude. I finished it.
yeah,
There was cool moments, obviously, but yeah, I think Cannonball is my favorite from there for sure.
Yeah, that one's not on my list to watch.
I don't recommend it, dude. They did magic so dirty, bro. I mean, like I was telling Jay, like, okay, Anna Joy Taylor is like phenomenal actor. If you haven't seen The Menu, it's now streaming on HBO Max. That's the most recent movie I saw with her, and it's amazing movie. Recommend it to everyone. But like, she had a really bad Russian accent, and I know it's not her performance because I've seen her act and she's amazing. So it's just like the direct. At that point, I'm like, okay, the directing was bad.
Yeah.
Nothing else I could say to that.
I have to say, like, out of all the superhero movies, I think the X-Men are maybe some of my least favorite.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I never even watched the one with Apocalypse. I was like,
That one's not good either.
Yeah, it just didn't look good. I just saw who was it, Poe Dameron becoming 100 feet tall.
Yeah,
that the
Poe.
dude
Yeah. Moon Knight. What's his
Yeah.
name? Fucking
What is his name?
I don't know. Yeah, Moon Knight. But X-Men Days of Future Past is really good. And X-Men First Class is really good. It's weird. If you go through X-Men ratings, it's like X-Men 1, X-Men 2, super high up. Great. X-Men 3, dog shit.
Ooh,
Then you go again, X-Men First Class, super high up. Days of Future Past, super high up. Apocalypse, dog shit. Dark Phoenix, dog shit. New Mutants, dog shit.
Oh yeah. I
Then you have
I forgot
Logan,
about
bro.
it.
Logan is fine.
I mean, those
good.
those ones are good. Yeah.
Yeah. Deadpool's good.
Yeah, Wolverine. Like all his standalone movies are good, except for the the origin, Wolverine origin.
Is that the one with the samurai? Silver Samurai?
No, that
Oh
one
no,
was good.
that's
I
with
like that one.
I
With
mean,
Deadpool.
okay, you say it's bad, but that did give us. That's interesting how that played out because Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool was great, and everyone loved that. Like the first quarter, half of the movie, like, dude, holy shit, Ryan Reynolds is an amazing Deadpool. And then you get to see what they did with Deadpool, and it's like, why the fuck did you do that? But that created like almost like a Barbra Streisand effect. I don't know how to really describe it, but people were like, okay, Deadpool was ass, but Ryan Reynolds was really good as Deadpool. Can we get Deadpool back? But if we do get Deadpool back, make sure it's Ryan Reynolds. And then here we are with the best, like I think one, obviously Wolverine, but I think one of the best character choices, the voice, acting choices ever is Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool.
Yeah. I mean, spot on.
It's hands down, like it's just like that is he came off the page.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, you're right. So that movie did spawn that for us, but God, that was bad.
Out of the ashes, rise the phoenix, baby, is Ryan Reynolds. That was a really bad. What did we have like the Thing in there too, or the Blob and like the box? Yeah, Sam.
yeah.
Will.i.am was freaking Nightcrawler. What was up with that?
Oh yeah, I forgot all.
Or was it
this
Gambit? I don't
garbage.
even remember, bro. Anyways, let's just expunge
No.
that from my thoughts. That's what I've been watching. What I need to watch is to catch up on G Gundam. I need to watch Vinland Saga, and a couple of things to finish. But what have you been
Keep
watching,
saying
man?
G Gundam, bro. Why do you keep saying?
Because I love G Gundam. Gundam Witch of Mercury. Because G Gundam lives in my head rent free, bro. Look! The wind's from the east! Master Asia Gundam and Domon. Domon!
I mean,
This
I guess
hand
there
of
is
mine
a character with a mask on, and
It's burning
series
red!
as well.
It's loud war tells me to grasp victory. Don't make me yell, bro.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Anyways, your turn.
What's up with Gundam anyway? Every series has the character with the half mask. You know?
Dude, that is you have Char, you have the other guy,
Yeah.
you have this lady. Yeah, man, it's a staple. It's a Gundam staple.
Zex Marquise. Yeah.
It's like Marquise.
Yeah. What is that?
I don't know,
Oh,
dude,
but-
but what have you been watching, man?
So yeah, I did get caught up. I finished Witch of Mercury, and that last scene. I mean, everyone. If you know, you know.
If you
and
know, I've been
Haunzzy over
hearing
here doesn't
about
know.
it. I've been hearing about it, and I know,
Haunzzy
like,
doesn't know.
I don't think I'm too, like, I think that it is spoiler territory, definitely, but you're also in the realm of Gundam, and it's just kind of expected, not expected. You're like, if it happened, it didn't happen. You're like, oh, okay. If it happens, you're like, yeah, it's Gundam.
Well, I wasn't expecting that.
Oh, it's that bad. Okay, cool. Well, I'm excited to finish it up then.
It's just so different. It's not something that you see in
What?
Gundam. Yeah.
Oh, what the really? Oh.
Yeah. I don't know how to explain it without just explaining it.
Well, you have my
Giving away too-
curiosity, but now you have my attention.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not gonna say anything because it is definitely something that it's better just to witness. But been watching that. I've started a few different anime. Like I mentioned, Monster, and I see why this is considered one of those must-watch anime. And not even that. Like, you'll see people talk about it, and it's often brought up as not just like one of the best stories in anime, but just one of the best stories in general. You know, crossing from the manga and then just being mixed in with all other mediums. Like, this is a great story. And I mean, if you haven't heard about it, the premise is a doctor who is tired of like all the bureaucratic bullshit of the upper class getting to skip the line and get first treatment over just the common man. And so instead of like bailing on a surgery for a kid who suffered a gunshot wound and going to save the mayor, he is like, no, this kid was here first. I'm going to deal with him. Like, someone else can do the surgery for this political leader. And by doing that, basically he saved a person who grows up to become like a serial killer.
Oh.
And a lot of like the things that the serial killer that he saved end up benefiting him. Like, this early on in the story, this kid kills the director of the hospital, and this surgeon is like next in line basically for promotion, and so he becomes like the head of the hospital. Yeah. So like him being a good man and like knowing he did that, like it's just interesting the character development and seeing like where this takes you.
I've heard only good things about Monster, and I think we were talking earlier where it's one of those series that it doesn't get brought up much, but when it does get brought up, it's like unanimously, from what I understand, it's like, oh, great series. And you brought up a good point, maybe because of it was hard to watch stream. So I mean, like I said, I have a lot to catch up on. I'm out of the list.
yeah, you won't get to it.
Hey, shut the fuck. Tell me that's the reverse psychology that works on me. Oh, he won't do it. Like, yeah, just fucking watch me.
And it's cool because it's set in Europe, so you're just getting a different setting, one that you don't generally see. From where I'm at, it's just basically spread out through Germany, but from what I understand, it goes to wider Europe. But yeah, it's just a different setting from what you typically see in anime, which is cool.
What am I up for?
What's that?
You said you're up. I'm up for what?
I don't know. I said that. I don't know.
You're up, dude. I'm making a stupid joke, bro.
Oh my god. That was so bad that I couldn't even process it.
Okay, dude. It's not my bad. It's not my fault. You smell like up dog, bro.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm not even gonna humor you with that one.
Come on, bro. I don't got no beer, dude.
So you're over here making shitty jokes.
Yeah, dude. I gotta get high on something.
Oh, I'd rather you didn't. But I also started Jobless Reincarnation. I figured that was one that we could talk about, so I was like, I know this guy's probably seen it. Since you're Mr. Isekai over here.
I didn't give myself that title.
Dude, you over here. I watched all the Isekais.
I do not recall. I mean, maybe 2022, John. Maybe 2022, Hans.
Yeah, maybe. But
New year, new me.
That's an interesting show. it's kind of suspect in some of the like plot points, which it's kind of weird. Like, so it's an isekai, obviously, like you know the common trope, the character in one world dies and ends up in another, and the character who gets transported to this fantasy land was a shut in like the regular world, and then he's basically like born. You see him from like just looking up as a baby and having this internal dialogue, and then there's really a lot of fan service in this. Actually, this might be the most fan service I've seen in a show.
What?
Like, this is he's reincarnated into this baby, and you're watching him grow, and he's literally like having like these perverted thoughts as a baby, like breastfeeding. You're like, what is happening?
Dude, what is that streaming on?
That's on Crunchyroll.
Bro, I was gonna say Crunchyroll doesn't have the best track record with vetting certain shows. Like, remember when there's like Interplanetary Reviewer and it was like straight up just hentai?
I heard about that. Yeah.
It was straight up hentai. They had to cancel it once, obviously. Like oh shit, it's fucking hentai.
Yeah, I heard it got like halfway through the season or something, and they like pulled it. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like on. Well, I mean, it's not showing anything, but still, you're like, what the? Just the stuff that is happening. Like, you hear this isekai guys like new fantasy world parents banging. Like,
Whoa.
you hear like them like screaming in the house. Yeah, and then then another early plot point: the dad ends up getting like the wife pregnant with another kid, and he got their house, like their maid, pregnant.
What the hell?
Yeah, dude, that's out of control with the fan service.
What the hell?
Yeah, so I mean, besides all that, it's interesting.
Jordan, I mean, that's probably like one of those. What does your wife like walk in and say? What the fuck are you watching?
And I just shut the computer. You didn't see anything?
Sure.
I mean, it doesn't show anything. It's weird. Like, it's all just through the dialogue that you're gathering all this fan servicey. I don't know. It's hard to explain in that aspect. And there's, like I said, there's some questionable areas. Like, he's in the body of a 7-year-old, and then he's basically in love with another 7-year-old. But just him having the 30-year-old mind that got put into this body, you're like, this is a weird scenario, and I don't like unraveling this.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting. If it would have been a little bit, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah. So I've been watching that. Also, I watched the Stage 3 Initial D film, and I mean it's Initial D. That's a goodness. I feel like we've covered that a lot.
Right.
Yeah. So I mean it's definitely one of those shows that I go back to. Like, I feel like I watched the second season like a few months ago, so I'll probably watch the 4th season here in a couple months. I'll just spread it out over my viewing.
Of course.
But yeah, I'm not disappointed, and I my goal is to get it done before the sequel comes out.
Ghost, right? Is that called like some Ghost?
Yeah, something Ghost. You're right. Yeah. So yeah, that's my goal, to have that finished before then. And yeah, what is it? Ghost? Something Ghost.
MF Ghost. That's right. MF Ghost.
MF Ghost. So yeah, I watched that film. That was good. And then Vinland Saga. Yes, it's back, and it was interesting. You know, I mean, you haven't watched it, but this is you don't get really any of your characters that you saw in the first season, and it kind of throws you off. You're like, whoa, who's this new guy that we're focusing on? And you're just seeing like you're thrust back into how brutal this world is, and this episode does not pull any punches. You're
Really? At the start?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
they fuck you up. They
What the fuck? I mean, that is Vinland Saga. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, I mean it's fitting. Yeah, so it's I feel like it's gonna be a good season, and this is one Netflix is doing on the right scheduling pace where they're releasing it weekly, as they should. So
That's good.
watch that. I don't want to say too much because you haven't watched it because you're a terrible anime podcast host.
Whoa,
but-
whoa, dude.
Well, I'm just saying, dude.
Whoa, bro.
Man.
You're a co-host, man. You're getting the time to shine. If anything, I'm
I
a
know,
great.
that's-
If anything, I'm a great podcast host. Cause look at, dude. Now you're having the moment, man. I'm giving. Look at
You're over
that.
here. My guy's over here. Yeah, I'm a big anime fan. Let's talk X-Men.
Okay, listen. I guarantee you, if you were to cut an anime pizza, if you were to cut it in 75% of that pizza would also be fucking nerds in like Marvel or comic book shit. Okay.
Okay. I guess I can give you that.
I know somebody over here is I know someone over here is listening to this podcast and going, yeah, hey, fucked up, New Age.
Hey, let me just tell you something. They're not called nerds anymore now.
What are they called?
Anime kids are the cool kids.
It's a fucking nerd. You're a nerd. You're a nerd. If you're cool, then it's cool to be a nerd. You're a nerd, dude. As long as you're not a dweeb, you're okay.
Oh, damn. What about a wimp?
I mean, wimp's a wimp, bro. What are you gonna do? Wimps usually grow up to be like jacked, so good on them.
But it just, and then I also watched Trigun, and I wasn't too sure how I'd like it. Just seeing like the previews with this different art style, but I enjoyed it, and from what I understand, it's following the source material closer than the original anime, and it definitely it starts you off in a different area and reveals like context of the story that you really don't get until later in the original anime, which is a interesting like pacing.
Yeah.
And I guess like it sets it apart from the original, which I appreciate. And yeah, you get more. You know, you understand Vash. He's that quirky and kind of goofy, but also has that undertone of just being a badass, and that plays in a way that it might be even more straightforward than the original. You know, I feel like in the early episodes of the original series, Vash was playing that role where he was kind of stumbling into victory or faking
Yeah.
like he was.
Yeah.
And in this, like, he's goofy and quirky, but he's like just straight up like doing badass shit. Like not even hiding it. So I think I'm gonna enjoy it just for the fact that it's also not trying to be one for one what the original was. It's its own new thing based. I mean, it's a new thing seeing as I haven't read the original manga. So I enjoyed the first episode.
That's good. Okay, I've heard that too, where the animation was a little questionable at first, but a lot of people have seemed to grow into it and even say it's very well done.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely weird at first glance, but it works, especially on this planet. I don't know if just this desert atmosphere adds to this. I don't even know how to explain this art. Like honestly, like it's.
I think.
I mean,
Oh, say I
maybe
think
if I
for.
had-
Oh shit.
oh.
Go
We're
ahead,
stuck
bro.
in the loop, dude.
Yeah, we're in the loop. You're good. You're good. Go go go.
Oh, I was just gonna say if. I mean, obviously, I'm sure there's like a term for it. Like if you are well versed in artistic styles, you know what to call it. But yeah, it's just a different art style that I can't put my finger on. Not your traditional animation. So, but for me, it's working. I could see I wouldn't be pressed if people said it doesn't work for them. We're like, yeah, no, I could see that. But for me, I'm enjoying it.
I think for me, I'm gonna wait till the 21st. That's when the dub comes out, and they're bringing back Johnny Young Bosch for that. So I'm
I
gonna
did
keep
see
it.
that. I'll probably watch both.
Hey, that's good. That's really good. But I'll try to keep it classic, man. Keep it good. I'm excited to watch it. I'm excited. I think what was it? Dragon Maximum was that manga, like the whatever. Anyways, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, I gotta honor Johnny, baby. He's the GOAT. One of the GOATs. Next to Steve Bloom.
But I think for me, that's all. Oh, and outside of that, I also watched. Damn, I watched a lot.
You did watch a lot, bro. You keep going on, bro. Who's this new guy?
Tokyo Revengers is back, and I know that's a point of contention. Some people love it, some people hate it. I personally enjoy it, and it's always, I don't know, with some of these stories, especially time traveling stories, it's hard to jump right back in because how convoluted the timelines can be. So getting back into it was kind of jarring, like me trying to remember exactly everything that happened in the first season. But once I had my feet, I enjoyed it. So Tokyo Revengers back. All the best boys, all Blue Lock and Tokyo Revengers, they probably going head to head for people's favorite guy characters. It's just the bros, dude. It's a bunch of bros. They out there.
They out there.
But,
we out there.
And then also I watched, and this is something I had no tie to, but the Nier Automata, that game.
Yeah.
So I never played the game, or even like the OG, like wasn't there one on PlayStation 3?
Yeah.
Like, so I didn't play either of them, but this one specifically, that this is based off of, like directly, I have no tie to that, but I watched the first episode and it was quite enjoyable. A lot of good fight scenes and just giant, just bombastic, like almost, I'm guessing like if I were to play the game, it'd almost be like a boss fight. So that was just a visual treat. I'm sure if I had any tie to the game, it'd be even more enjoyable, but I feel like it's a testament, just the fact that I have no context for this whole world, that I still came out enjoying it.
Yeah. You can kind of stand on its own. The IP is strong enough. And I know Nier Automata is been like a favorite, definitely. It's just one of those things where I think I'm in the same boat where I just didn't have like a PlayStation to play these, PlayStation only games.
Yeah. You had a PlayStation for like a week.
Do you remember that? You guys fucking gassed me up and like, yeah, we'll play with you, and then I like played once.
I didn't say that, dude.
I think
Probably
you did,
did.
bro.
Dude, I played.
Which didn't even
something with
matter because, like, I don't know. I had an Xbox and I still played like Dead Island with you. Like, I don't know why I even got the PlayStation. That was weird. I was just whatever. Returned it. Yeah, I did.
Oh man, yeah. I remember that. I think you got it at Hastings.
Dude, I think I did get it at fucking Hastings. Did I really? I think I did, bro.
Oh shit.
I love Hastings though. That was a great store. Got all my stuff there. Got all my nerd stuff there. I mean, other than
Yeah, he did.
comics.
Got his hentai there.
I mean, like card games. Hentai. No, you know what, dude? I'm not. I don't know. I don't really have that. Like, or even just like in general, like people like. I haven't. Like, I don't save stuff like that. Like my computer, I don't like have a folder or anything like that. I just don't. I don't know. I just don't. Like, I kind of like came to CrossFit one point. Like, I don't have like any books. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I don't. If you look at my Twitter feed, you'll see like who I follow, and you're like, oh my god.
And Haunzzy explains himself.
Hey, dude, you're getting 100% Haunzzy, bro. What do you want? What do you want? Huh? Come on. What are you showing me?
Oh man, guy's wild.
I'll tell you what. I see him at the well, I wanted to go to the Faku FAKKU, however you pronounce it, spot at Anime Expo, but the line was crazy. So I missed out on some skateboard decks, but whatever. Do you know, in other Anime Expo news, I actually don't think I'll be going to this year's Anime Expo because they're not doing the premiere. I've never had the premiere badge, but I was gonna get it this year, but they're not doing it anymore. I'm like, I can't stand in that mass of crowd of people again like last year.
Dude, the world needs you to be there to save lives.
Yeah, you're right, bro. I caught that guy fainting, dude. Literally caught him. I caught him and I stretched him out as people around him were like, oh shit. And like, 1 second too late, bud. Dude, that's all you need to like smash your freaking head on the concrete. That boy was a big boy. That guy was easily 200 plus pounds too.
But, hey, bro.
I've never lifted.
You're looking at a 200 plus. Right
yeah,
here.
but you're
What do
200 pounds elongated. This guy was like 5'5". You're over 6 foot, man. And I've never lifted like I mean, it wasn't dead obviously, but you know, it was like lifeless body. I'm like, holy shit, this is difficult. Like there's so many joints, like you got the elbows, you got the knees, and they're all like flopping. I'm like, damn, this is kind of hard. I'm like, good, damn, I need to train this, like not just to like specialized forces, but to the general public, because this should happen right here. I mean, luckily, I don't even know how, like it just like, I was like, stretch his arms, and I had his head up, and I'm just like, I don't know where that even came from. It worked though. I'm not even sure if it's right, but it freaking worked. I was like, he needs blood flow.
God.
Unfold this, bro. The guy was folded like a lawn chair, and I had to unfold him.
This guy didn't know that human anatomy had a bunch of different
Crumpled,
joints.
bro. My boy was crumpled, dude. Yeah, okay, yeah. I mean,
You think we're
obviously,
stick
this,
figures, dude?
no, but you know, like, when it happens, and you're like, I'm picking this dude. You know, you got to be careful. We're moving this guy. You know, you don't want to like snap something and like, oh god, I just made more trouble for myself trying to save a life. Luckily, yeah, I just remember like the guy comes over here. Oh, you need water? Oh, this guy just fucking fell to the ground. Yeah, and he's not water. Needs medical attention. Poor volunteer though. He was definitely not equipped for that.
Oh man, you need water?
Hey man, what do you get? What, you know what? All I hear is you making fun of me, but all I know is there was a hero that day, and it was me. I rose to the occasion, bro. I rose to the occasion. Sure, it was small. Doesn't matter. I still rose to it. Where other people faltered, where everyone just stared, even his friends, I rose to the occasion.
Get this guy a medal.
Give me a medal, dude. Hey, as long as you guys know, if you hang out with Hans and shit goes down, I got your back, man.
Yeah, put him in class 1A. This guy's on the hero course.
Like class 3C, dude. Support here all the way. No, you see this shit, fucking. Yeah, yes, I am, exactly. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being on the sideline. Yeah, I'll be Mr. Hydrato Man. I'm like, oh, you're dehydrated? I shoot water from my extremities. Don't ask me how, but it just happens.
What extremity?
Exactly. And they're like, oh man, why? That sounds like a really good power. I'm like, oh, I can only like produce so much. I have to like drink water bottles. That's why I'm support. I can probably find work in the fire department. Good. I don't want to fight.
Good.
Do you see what's going on right now? I don't want to fight Shigaraki and All for One. Fuck that.
No, you're not trying to have like an epic disintegration.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be turned into dust or get my freaking
Thumbs up,
quirk
dude.
stolen or another quirk put in me.
Yeah, you become a Nomu for sure.
I probably would become a Nomu, bro. They would prey on my heroic instincts, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'd be
Supreme
like,
intellect. This guy's way too good with words. We need to Nomu him.
and I'll be like, and then they make me, and they go, "What's wrong with him? Why is he doing that?" And like, doing what? And you see me go, "Nomu, Nomu, 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 Nomu." Like, what future? Nomu, Nomu. I keep singing that future song. I don't know why.
Oh, we messed up. Get that doctor that looks like Dr. Robotnik. Get him to fix this.
Yeah, yeah, that's what that'd be me in the MHA universe.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Tangent.
I think it's a good. We're just pushing on the hour there, so it's probably a good high note to end it on there. Again, just want to thank everybody, of course, for listening in and watching and supporting us, the Monch Hours. It's always greatly appreciated, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We'll be back 2 weeks from now. Hopefully, we'll get that Chainsaw Man episode. I'm liking the bi-weeklies. I think it gives everybody time to kind of heal and rest, and especially with upcoming father on the way too. Hopefully, that will make things easier for him. But yeah, stay tuned. We got some stuff planned up in the pipeline. We'll do some redives. I mean, definitely we're going to do a guest episode for Vinland Saga and a guest episode for Trigun. So that will just come about naturally as the seasons end. So look forward to that. If you guys want to do a rewatch for Trigun dub, man, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll start off on that one. But thank you guys so much. We'll see you 2 weeks on the Monch Hours podcast.
Yeah.
Peace.